O'Brien as he's about to do his famous walk before the racing. We'll get on to that in a moment, Aidan, but Galway, I mean, you've won a Galway plate. You know how big today's racing is.
Yeah, unbelievable, Matt. This is atmosphere is incredible here, and it's just one of these very special places in Ireland every year.
You didn't just win it once, you won it twice with the same.
Yeah, I think life of a lord, we're very lucky. I think so. Listen, with some great days here, Matt. Yeah.
What about three runners today? I mean, the ground, I know you're about to go and walk it, but trust me, it's testing.
Yeah, soft ground, Matt. It's probably a big problem, I'd say. The filly Sarah rides in the amateur race, you'd hope would run well. She's a Galileo filly, should stay well. I'm not sure about the ground. Then the horse Exact Joseph rides in the last, he's a pivotal, so should handle it. Whether he's might want a little bit further, and then the horse Vault in the handicap, he's a Danehill Dancer horse. He won around here, but I think the ground was better when he won last year, and he's I don't think his mark has moved much since then, but he's still plenty of weight, so you'd be just hoping that he'd run well, really.
Of course, Sarah hasn't had many rides, she rides as you say, and you must be so proud of your family. I mean, obviously Joseph doing great guns, trying to become champion jockey this season, and another of your daughters just now in the paddock with a gold medal round her neck.
Yeah, no, listen, it's great, Matt, for us. Like, obviously they have never seen anything else from the time they were babies, so and it's big help to us that they're so interested. It just makes it much easier. Everybody just comes along and everything is discussed the whole time, so it just makes it a lot easier for us, Matt, which is great. Of
your three today, which is the best? If you had to put a €5 on one, would it be, Aidan?
Yeah, I thought the horse in the handicap Joseph rides, listen, not sure about the ground, but he might run well even though he's a big weight. I thought Sarah's filly had a chance of getting placed. It's a good maiden, and then I suppose the horse in the last you'd be just watching. So I think two of them have place chances, the horse in the handicap and the maiden, and the horse in the maiden in the last you'd just be watching them, I think.
Aidan, obviously it's all about Galway, but it'd be amiss of me not just to check on your most famous of horses at the moment, Camelot, the Derby winner. How's he since the Irish Derby?
Yeah, good, Matt. He's had a nice break since. He's just getting ready to go away for a canter away again. And
is that at a racetrack? Or?
Yeah, probably, absolutely, yeah. And probably that's what we probably do rather than, like, we Aldridge, I think, yesterday, but probably he'll have a racecourse canter around that time, and then hopefully if everything is well we'll look at Doncaster, so hopefully everything is well so far, Matt.
So by all accounts the next time we really see him on a racecourse will be in the Ladbrokes and Ledger?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the plan at the moment. Listen, looking forward to it, and obviously there's a lot of time between now and then, but everything is good so far.
And we know all about the days of Nijinsky and his Triple Crown bid, but for you, if you manage to train a Triple Crown winner, and obviously if Camelot is in the same form come Doncaster time as he has been, he's going to be a red-hot favourite. For you to train a Triple Crown winner, how special would that be for Aidan O'Brien?
It's just one of those things, Matt, I would be afraid to dream about. So
start dreaming, Aidan.
Yeah, so listen, it's just, you know what I mean, like for Camelot to come along, like we've had great horses all through the years, and you always hope like that something different will come along again. And listen, then when he arrived this year, like, it was just incredible. Like, obviously he arrived last year, but then he had to improve from 2 to 3, and which you're never sure. And listen, he made all the improvement, and like he's just one of those very, very special horses, and I think he's probably a horse in a lifetime, Matt.
Is he a horse that could still be improving, Aidan? Could we see a better Camelot in the Legend than we even saw in the Irish Derby when the ground was horrible, and at Epsom?
I think, Matt, like, obviously they have to keep improving through the season from the time they start, and like I thought the first test we put him to this year was too big a test to put a horse for us, especially because they usually take 2 or 3 runs to come, and when he passed that test I was like, I couldn't believe it. Then he went on to the Derby, and then the Irish Derby, like, I was very worried. Everything was against him, ground, and he hadn't worked on grass since Epsom, so he hadn't done a lot of work in that kind of ground, so anything was liable to happen. But then he did what he did and came into the parade ring after, and he wasn't even blown, like, just so obviously he's just like he's incredible talent, really. Like one of those very special horses, Matt, that, like, I think only comes once in a lifetime, really.
When you approached the season, did you think that the 2,000 guineas might be harder to win than the St Ledger, i.e. winning over a mile for him was in a way the real test?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I thought it was impossible, really. And listen, I have to take my hat off to the lads for trying it, because I tell you, I wouldn't have done it. Like, he went to doing half speeds, so and like the lads were prepared to let him go there and never look under the bonnet. So it was a big call, and he had an awful lot to lose. But listen, it was just one of those special days, and like what you said, like, that was like starting off the start of the season, not having a run, a very at a mile, and no Montjuic had ever won over a mile. And to win a classic first time out, it was, all the things were stacked against him. But I suppose what he has is that incredible ability which we saw last year as a 2-year-old, and carried it forward to this year.
Aidan, I don't usually get the chance to speak to you, so forgive me for keeping you here so long. I know you want to run but you've got so many Group 1 winners. Just a couple of others. Imperial Monarch, so unlucky in the Prix de Jockey Club. Great running ride in the Grand Prix de Paris from Joseph. What's the latest? Presumably, he could be going for the St Leger in a different year.
Yeah. He had a little break after, and he's just back going. He was left in the Voltigeur and the Judgment, and it's very possible that he might turn up in the Irish Champion Stakes or something like that. Like Joseph felt he would the mark horse. What you said, he didn't like being in front. Obviously he was very babyish, but he was brave and still won. And I think that was his first run over a 1.5 miles, and then he showed he got the 1.5 miles well as well. So he's a lovely horse, and progressing well. And next time we'll really know how he is.
So although he's stamina, you obviously, as with so many of these well-bred horses, he's got the speed for an Irish Champion Stakes take on a horse like Nathaniel. Yeah,
well, he's a lot of class, Matt. Those kind of horses, the stamina usually comes, but when they have class, he has class. He's a great traveller. If you saw him in Sandown, even as a 2-year-old, we weren't sure what he was. He travelled well and quick and well. He did the same thing in Sandown, and bit of a messy race, but still straightened up and came home very well, and then he showed that he was brave in France the last day. So he's a horse to look forward to.
And Fame and Glory has exactly what you've just said: the stamina to win an Ascot Gold Cup 2 seasons ago, but the class to win over a 1.5 mile Group 1s. Obviously the Ascot Gold Cup this time around was horrible from the point of view of pace. Where might we see the Gold Cup hero from yesteryear again?
Yeah, we obviously Ascot was very slow run race. I probably didn't go through everything enough with Jamie and discuss all the options, and I said to Jamie to drop him in and take his time. And listen, we never dreamt that it would run race, but listen, every horse had their chance, and it just didn't work for him on the day. So we brought him and gave him a break, and we're looking at starting him in the Irish Leger maybe. And so hopefully if we can have him ready for that, we'll be prepared to go on with him if the pace is slow the next day.
And just to chuckle very quickly, won't go through all of them one by one, but Celebration, where do we see him next?
Yeah, he's in good form. He's 2 more pieces of work to do. We're looking at France, not this weekend, the following weekend in Deauville, the mile race. So everything is well with him. Matt, he had a little break after the last day, and that's what we're looking at, going with him back to Deauville for the mile. That's, I think, Saturday or Sunday week.
And Power?
Power's in good form. He's also in that. He was in the Morris de Geese this weekend, but I think the ground is on the slow side, so he probably won't go on. So he'll be having a look at that race as well with Celebration. But obviously we probably won't want to do. And if one misses, then one will go to the mile race the next day in France.
And Aidan, just tell us, you're about to walk this beautiful Galway track in the sunshine. So when you go round with your team, what are you saying? What are you looking for? What are you trying to decide?
Yeah, so I suppose we about everything, and I suppose everyone speaks their mind about tactics and the horses in the race and what way it could happen and where the best ground is.
Because the team is just over here. I mean, it's a crew. Who decide? Do you decide or do the boys?
No, it's like everything. Everybody puts a hint to the mix, and then it's kind of decided between themselves, and they make it up as they go along. Then, but everyone.
I don't believe that for a minute, Aidan. They make it up as they go along, not with you around.
No, but I think everyone puts in their pennies worth, and so we're always happy when everyone has the information, and then obviously situations change and things change, and they change as they go along. But we're always happy when we're after discussing everything openly, and then wish them luck.
Joseph O'Brien's just doing like a producer. He's going like this to me as if lined it up. Joseph, your old man has said to me, the boys make it up as they go along. Now tell us for real, he tells you what to do, doesn't he?
Well, I suppose everything is discussed, and everybody.
That's what he said, Joseph. I don't believe that. Everything's discussed.
Well, plan. You always have a plan, but that very rarely goes to. A plan A very rarely works out 100%. So you have to try and make it go along.
Make it up. I'm not believing a word of it, Joseph. Anyway, great to see you, and thank you very much, Aidan. Off with your walk now. But I don't believe any of you are making it up as you go along. That is Aidan O'Brien, the master. Joseph O'Brien could be champion jockey this season, and they're off for their walk. But do you believe they're making it up as they go along? I don't.